Bitcoin appears to be on the brink of yet another heinous market movement. And today I'd like to analyze this from the perspective of a line chart instead of a candlestick chart. The main difference between the line chart and the candlestick chart is that the line chart just shows where the candle bodies closed. So this chart removes all of the wick action from the chart, and it does provide a different perspective. And I don't think that this gets enough credit, and it is something that I do use often to just cross-check my analysis and look at this from a different perspective. It's almost like putting a second set of eyes on the chart. And if you guys are subscribed here, you would know that I've been talking lately all about these honey holes, the honey holes of Don Carbonaccio. And I'd like to look at the potential honey hole targets here for Bitcoin on the line chart as opposed to the candlestick chart. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. So clearly, you guys see that the line chart does look different, and in some ways it just looks more clean, right? And just keep in mind that the numbers here, the metrics we're looking at, will be different from when you look at this from a candlestick perspective, purely because wicks such as these here are not calculated in, right? So now, when we go back here, this is accounting for the close only. We could see that the lines start to become way more succinct, right? And we could see here that this point that we are at right here, right now, is truly, my friends, looking like a classic bear flag, in my opinion. If you are subscribed here, you would know that I've been pointing out the possibility that we're just ranging sideways here underneath the 200-day moving average, potentially looking to form a bear flag. Now, if we take our new measured move here from the line chart specifically, I think it's safe to say that we could see that the break down was right from above this spot right here, right? You guys see the confluence, and we're going to take this and we're going to take a measured move right down from that point, and we're going to go down to where we double bottomed, and then we'll move our extrapolated measured move to that double bottom point of support. And if we are to break there, ladies and gentlemen, look at where the measured move takes us. Ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. We see that right here, ladies and gentlemen, it's right within the honey hole. This is what I was showing you guys, right? On yesterday's stream, I said, listen, the target for me, if we break down, could go as low as 6,000. And now when we look at this all cleaned up here on the line chart, look at how many times that Bitcoin has touched exactly on this line, okay? With the closes, right? When you take the wicks out of it, there is so much confluence with almost near exact touch points along this bottom line here at roughly 6,090, right? That's about the level we're looking at there. 6,070 to 6,090, okay? And for me, right now, this falls right into the zone between that 0.618 and 0.786 Fibonacci retracement zone, which for me is the golden zone. Of course, this golden fib here, the 0.618, which is currently on this chart now at a 6,911, this also, my friends, does have a ton of confluence with it here. You could see a lot of resistance levels, old support, etc., etc. Just the same as the bottom here, it does have a lot of confluence with near exact touch points all along the top and the direct confluence with the Fibonacci. So for me right now, as long as Bitcoin does continue to trade below this 200-day here, and we look to test back down towards this double bottom here, which is at roughly 79, let's get it exactly, around 79.90 to 8,000 flat. If this level gets taken out, my friends, that will be a loss of support here, leading to a tentative further breakdown to the downside, in my opinion, based off a classic bear flag structure, right? Flag pulled down, consolidation underneath key resistance levels, which in this case is the 200-day moving average. And then we would look for a potential measured move down into what I'm seeing here as the potential honey hole. Now, this target for me is anywhere from the 618, which is 6,900, all the way down as low as 6,090. Let's get this crypto. Now, things to consider here. Maybe we get a BART up, right? Maybe a little baby BART, right? We just keep chopping around in here for an extended period of time, which is possible. And so let's look at this. If we go up, well, why do I think it would be a BART like this and not just a gradual move to the upside, something more along the lines like that? Well, for me, the reason is that if this 200-day is broken here, this moving average, I believe that we're going to see a lot of bot action and also a lot of liquidations and stop losses get triggered here, which may then lead this into a squeeze, right? Which may give us that upward thrust to push the market up very quickly. So if that is to happen, right, of course, that's just speculative. If that is to happen and we get the little baby BART, my friends, it's this range right here, okay? This red box, and I want you guys to see what's going on in here. Just the same as the touch points down here in the honey hole for targets to the downside. My targets to the upside here are almost very much the same, just opposite, right? We have the 0.382 Fibonacci up there, the retracement, coinciding with 1 bottom, 2 bottom, and 3 bottom, okay? And over here, we actually even had this act as the stall out point before our final blow off top. Let's get this crypto. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points there, along also coinciding with that 0.382 retracement, which may also tentatively act as new resistance. And right now, at least for the time being, we do have the 21 and 50-day moving averages are up in this vicinity as well, which may pose as resistance there, just to add some more confluence into it. Okay, and right now for me, ladies and gentlemen, the only concerning thing here in terms of a bearish outlook for me is this daily RSI. It's still oversold right now, which we all know it generally does like to pop back up pretty hard out of oversold conditions. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, but we can see historically, generally after it goes oversold, there has been large rallies up into the overbought conditions very shortly thereafter. Now, this does not have to happen now, but we can see that it is a possibility, right? That's why I don't want to rule out the possibility here of a squeeze if we get above this 200-day. With volume, because for me this would then look something like a BART. We get above here, especially above this right here, ladies and gentlemen, right into this little upward honey hole, okay? This range, potentially a 4 to 5% range right above this box, okay? We would break the 200-day. We would then break this resistance over here around 8,700. And for me, this would be the green light for the bulls to potentially squeeze up into this red box here, anywhere from 9,300 on this chart all the way up to 9,700. So you could see on the candlestick chart, it's different. My targets were more so around 9,100, but on this line chart here, it looks more like 9,300 to 9,700. So this is just a way to essentially cross-reference your analysis, right? You're looking at this from a different perspective, right? On the candlestick chart, I'm taking wicks into consideration, right? So my targets are different. When you look at the line chart, what you're seeing is just a more clear representation of the price action. I also especially like this when analyzing moving averages, because as you can see here, like let's go to the weekly chart here. You guys know that I've been showing how prominent the 21-week moving average, the red line here. Hold on, I just want to make sure that it's red right now. This is right. Yes, the red line here, okay? You could see that this rode the 21-week moving average so beautifully in that bull market back in the day. Then It did it again. Then once we went under, we rode it underneath throughout the bear market. And then really, once we got above it again, look at the ride here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how many times it just touches and bounces off it beautifully, right? And sometimes there on the candlestick chart, it's a little bit more misleading because you see some heinous wicks go below it and then pop back up, pop below it, pop back up. And when you look at it here, it really just looks like a smoother representation, right? The data is the same. It's just a different visualization of it. So for me, how I generally tend to use this is that I'll do my analysis on the candlestick chart, and then I'll switch it over just to the line to get a different perspective, right? Because I've been getting comments lately about, do I look at any other charts? And I just wanted to show you guys that I do look at the line chart. I think it's very interesting to do so. And you can see it does switch the targets and points of interest ever so slightly. And it also helps me to clean up what I'm looking at, right? In terms of when I'm placing my boxes of support, like these green ones here, when I'm placing my boxes of resistance up here, etc., etc., it can help to take a lot of the wicky action out, right? When you look at the candlestick chart, right? Look at this. All of these wicks up here kind of just get negated, and it's to each their own, right? I mean, the candlestick chart is certainly what I look at 99% of the time. I just figured today, while the action was kind of slow here, that what I would do is pull this up to give you guys an alternate perspective of what I'm looking at, right? Just to show you, give you a little glimpse into the mind of the Don. Because right now, above all else, I'm cooking up plays right now, ladies and gentlemen. Like, there's 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter of the championship game. And right now, inside the kitchen of Don Carbonaccio, I'm seeing two potential scenarios, which I've outlined. This is a heinous potential bear flag down into that lower bearish honey hole anywhere here, my friends, from the 618 Fibonacci retracement at 69.11 down towards 60.90. Let's get this crypto. And on the upside, if we get the baby Bart, I believe that we could see a potential target here based on the line chart now, right? Which is different than the candlestick chart. Potentially maybe even up into that $93 to $9,700 region before facing some major resistance. Let's get this crypto. So how am I playing this, right? Well, first off, before I explain my theory here and my game plan, I just want you all to know, again, I'm going to keep you all updated in VIP with my trade setups in absolute real time. I always get asked, Don, what are you going to do? James, it's being posted for you 24/7 in VIP. And right now, what I'm looking for is to set up plays for both directions here. I'm looking to set up a play if we break down, and if we get the Bart up, I'd like to catch that as well. Now, the Bart up for me is a little bit more risky because, my friends, although there is significant room to the upside from where we are trading at right now, I mean, that first target for me being potentially right there around 9,300, 9,200 from the time of recording is roughly 13% to the upside. But it's a little bit different than the downside for me, purely because I believe there's going to be a lot of slippage up in this range, right? And if you're unfamiliar, slippage just means that the order books are getting eaten so quickly that your order, even if you place it, say here, you may not get filled until we're already close to the target range, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because I believe that the nature of this move is going to look rather squeezy. Does not have to play out like that. That's just my pure speculation and hypothesis. But for me, like I've stated, I'm looking for a break above this high here around 8,400, a break of the 200-day moving average, a close on the daily time frame above the 200-day. I don't care if it wicks above, a little Wiccanacci Don dot right above, but I want to see it close above there. And then, my friends, I believe it's possible that we get a squeeze up to this resistance level before potentially seeing some resistance. And that brings me to the next question. Well, if the slippage is there, right, for me, I'm also going to be looking for potential short plays up in this region as well if we get that. So right now, I'm looking for a potential long out of this region here, a potential short potentially from this region up here, and then a short potential from below this region right here. You guys see this, right? And in all directions, I believe that the profits could be potentially immense. And definitely, in my opinion, this may lead to one of the larger moves of the year, potentially more reminiscent of something like this on the way up, right? A inverse parabolic if we go down, or a nice little squeeze, which may be a nice big move, something like what we just saw on the way down to retrace that move all the way back up. Oh, let's get this crypto. So my friends, you see that I'm planning for all the scenarios here, right? It's not just one, right? I'm not sitting here in the astronaut costume, right? Halloween didn't come early for the dawn, ladies and gentlemen. But these moon boys, they sit at home in their astronaut costumes, investing lunch money, grilled cheese, and tomato soup money into this market. Oh, Kirby, don't you think my $100 worth of Bitcoins is going to be worth $6 million one day, Kirby? Don't you think? James, it doesn't even matter, my friend. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're trading this market, if you're looking to crush it and get this crypto, you need to stop thinking about $1 million Bitcoin, $100 million Bitcoin. It's irrelevant, my friend. It is absolute moon boy garbaggio. All that matters is high reward, low risk trade setups. And personally, you guys see that I'm outlining for you here all the scenarios that I am envisioning potentially happening here, and I'm going to be setting up my trading strategies and my plays all in advance here, and I'm going to be keeping you up to date in real time with this in VIP. So if you're not already in VIP, my friends, today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now after this video. Whether this pops up, whether this goes down, the Don is looking to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. Because right now, I see that there's several scenarios, and I can't control what happens, right? And to be successful, especially in trading, it's better to focus on what you can control rather than what you can't. In this case, I can't control what the market chooses to do, right? But what I can control are the plays and the strategies that I formulate in advance to give me the best opportunity to crush the market and get this crypto to the best of my ability. Of course, nothing works out 100% of the time. That's ludicrous. But your best chance to succeed is to strategize for every possible scenario, up, down, sideways, etc. And that is what the Don does here, day in and day out. And that is what I post for you all in VIP. So listen, words of wisdom here for you. The thing is, my friend, is that we're probably going to get a heinous rip. I don't believe that once we come out of this range, we're just going to float along anywhere. I am under the impression here that we're going to get a squeeze-like move, which may potentially be a lot of percentage points in a rather short amount of time. Expect slippage, expect mayhem. I think this market is going to heat up exponentially here very, very soon. I'm getting excited to trade it. I'm getting excited to crush it to the best of my ability and get this crypto. So my friends, what I have to ask you here today is, are you going to be the one that gets caught like a deer in the headlights and takes that trip to Wrecked City with Average Joe and James at the water cooler? Or are you going to be the one that crushes it and gets this crypto? The choice is yours. I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Shout out to all of my new VIP elites joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, keep your eyes on the honey holes. And of course, you guys know, if you start to hear the term honey hole being used by other analysts, other YouTubers and traders, etc., you all know where it came from, because that's the coin that Don Carbonaccio made. And the thing here, my friends, is that everybody secretly watches the Don. Shout out to all of you guys. The love keeps pouring in. You guys know that over the past several days, I've been shouting out that I do have the utmost respect and love for you all here. There's been a complete outpour, if that's how the way to put it is, of very nice comments and beautiful things being said over the past several days. You guys know I'm here for you day in and day out. I can only do these streams for you here on YouTube once per day, and that is why I keep you updated in VIP with all of my trades exclusively around the clock 24/7 in VIP. So that is where I will be for the remainder of the evening and the week. I will be keeping you updated there with my trades as I plan to get this crypto from this potentially immense move. Let's get this crypto. I'll see you all in VIP right now after this video. And guys, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. So until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.